It was in 1987 when comedy became censored. The newspapers banned published comics and forced media outlets to burn all their archives that contained inappropriate jokes. The broadcasts made available on the radio were taken down due to viewer ratings. Many of the jokes were taken out of context and deemed racist, offensive, and inappropriate by the government. Slowly, late-night talk shows were censored and eventually faded away. Although protests occurred to gain back the right to laugh and tell jokes, change was never brought about. The story I'm about to tell you is how I was nearly captured by the Humorators. The Humorators were an extremist, oppressive regime that banned our freedom to laugh and tell the jokes that we wanted to. After the Silence Act was passed in 1988, we were forced to wear tape on our lips that formed the letter X. I now have escaped, but it's time I come forth and tell my story. It was mid-December 1989 when I decided I would not be censored and I would use my art to protest. It was just like every other morning. I had woken up at 7 a.m., read the daily newspaper, and got ready for work. However, this day was like no other. I decided to go downtown to an abandoned building where I stored my artwork, obsolete computers, and covert information. I had managed to hack into the software that stored ancient jokes that I thought were lost. I did this through a secret system. Unfortunately, my secret systems were not so secret since the Humorators were able to track my location. Yes. Everything's under control. What do you mean she hacked into the system? She got hold of the jokes? If that information is made available to the public, we could be heavily scrutinized. We're gonna have to go after her. Send the SWAT team right now. Avid, the head officer of the Humorators, received a phone call that I hacked into the systems. Avid thus began her search. During this time, I had walked around and placed my art among the signs. When I was finished, I went back to the abandoned building. However, I was not alone. I heard footsteps coming from the hallway. Scared, anxious, and alarmed, I looked up to a sign that said emergency exit, which I took. I then heard voices behind me, so I ran and never looked back. I am lucky to have survived the Humorators.